Furniture, old school furniture is provided by the USAID. Where would I be then? So I'm actually wondering, like you were saying, the fourth society is on co-creation and ecosystem. What would be the fifth society that is coming? So that we adapt, so that our businesses or our ideas are transgenerational.
That's cool. That's a cool concept.
Okay, though we didn't draw much on it, but you mentioned about customer development. Though we can say probably marketing is evolved from being production development to being market oriented, and we're saying that we focus on our customers, but practically that's not what happens. A lot of ideas designed in the boardrooms, in the labs, then we present them to our customers, then we force them to like the ideas. But this is the reason why a lot of products are failing. We are not focusing on our customers. We focus on the idea, hoping that the customer will like it. Thanks.
Well said, that's exactly right. And that's why we have a lot of product failure. So a new discipline that is happening in a lot of design schools and in engineering is what they call user-centered design. So the whole time you're designing, you're doing it together with the user, the early adopters of your idea.
I learned that when we looked at the people who went with the idea earlier on, I need to work with them continually so that I continue to improve myself against their map, the one that they used. When I look at my idea of estate planning, I realize that this is a terrain where legal practitioners dwell in, but then they don't do the awareness part, they don't do the estate planning part, and I need to go there and find out from them why they do not do that, and then probably improve myself, and probably improve myself on my presentation skills as well.
I'll spend a little time talking about doing our pitches later too, so that'll be good.
I think earlier in the discussion you spoke about we should understand which area, which inner space I'm operating from. So as we're going on, I discovered that we're talking about cross co-creation, but as long as I can't understand my inner place, I might just divert. Once I hear her idea, I want to change mine to suit hers, but if I understand where I'm coming from and this is me and it's passion driven 100%, then we can co-create and have a wonderful product which is not diluted between the two ideas.
Okay. Good. Okay, yeah, we'll take a couple more. And this is helpful to me, and hopefully this is helpful for you guys too to share your learnings. I don't feel like everybody has to give learning, but it's great if you want to.
I'm actually seeing that it's also good to broaden my network and to build better friendship so as for me to improve or maybe to learn other ideas of what other people will be doing.
And by the way, this is one of the whole purposes of this boot camp. Exactly. Yeah.
I've learned that sometimes you're not reinventing the wheel, but you're finding new ways of making use of the same wheel that has been invented already. So looking at that slide where we started with that Nigerian guy, I found out that my product that I'm introducing has been introduced in other countries, but here it still has a lot of stigma because it's not yet here. So there's still so much speculation around it, and you are a bit scared. But when you see that it has been adopted already in other countries and it's working, you know, that gives you that boost.
And by the way, there's another Ashoka Fellow, and I don't exactly understand how we differentiated their two ideas because we elect for original ideas, but there's another Ashoka Fellow named David Kuria, who's based in Kenya. And it does seem like his idea is somewhat similar. So it's also sanitation, and it's about entrepreneurship and public toilets, basically.
Of particular interest to me was that quote by him, the quote about the foster host thing. Because I always believed that it was important to listen to the customer. And so from that whole experience, I think what I've learned is sometimes the customer is expecting too much magic, and I just have to narrow it down to reality and how much I can offer them.
Yeah, and authenticity is one of your most critically important assets that you can bring to any customer. So we'll talk about that a bit with the pitch. But being authentic and establishing a trust is one of the most important aspects of actually being able to sell your idea.
All right. I think one thing that actually scared me was the issue of automation. It's shocking and scary at the same time that, look, 65% of the jobs that are currently existing will be automated. So we need to think outside the box, and in thinking outside the box, we need to come up with practical solutions which can then sustain in the near future, and realizing that now we are living in a season of social entrepreneurship, which is another key thing, because personally I am a director of an organization called Southern Stars Foundation. So we need now to cascade the information learned here to the people that I work with, so that they also can come up with ideas, which is social entrepreneurship.
I just wanted to say as well, I think we mentioned Steve Jobs, or somebody had talked about Apple. I think we've mentioned it a few times, and I've read about their process of going through the iPhone, that they don't actually do, when they were developing that, they didn't actually do a lot of market research, because they were trying to go beyond what people could even envision was possible. And so that's kind of a really sexy idea to kind of think about, like, wow, what if my innovation is something people, it's not even on their radar yet?
Yeah, and so then the challenge is, how do you help people wrap their heads around what this solution could be, and really going after those early adopters. Yeah, go ahead. So we'll do a couple more and then we're gonna transition.
Okay, talking about being present, I think I actually did learn something while I was taking my toilet break. Your dad mentioned something about when you're starting something. So I think most, especially here in Zimbabwe, the thing that holds us back into even going beyond what we think our customer needs is because we're diluting what we're supposed to do, which is taking the risk of actually putting all of us within whatever it is that we're trying to come up with. So we dilute, because, okay, for me, I have a job, my day job, and I'm not willing to give up that job because maybe I don't have enough guts to like go all in. But he mentioned something about, let's say, for the people who are married, you can have one fee. I mean, let's say you are the male, you support, while maybe your wife is all in the idea. So I was like, wow, that's amazing. Yeah.
That's true, right? So, yeah. So you want to share? Yeah, there was